messed up. I think the very last part, maybe another part. Welcome back. We're doing another lesson here. Tragically Hip. I know only about 25% of you, my subscribers, are from Canada. The rest probably won't know who the Hip are. Maybe in a few cases, but it's one of those bands that should have broke out of Canada so many times, but never did. Which is kind of ended up being a Canada secret. You know, it's that just, and it's one of those bands. It's like a musician or a band's band. You know, other bands know about them. Just great writing, great songs throughout their whole career, from when they were a lot heavier in their younger days to the more mellow they were. Gord Downie passed away a couple weeks ago. Just for anyone that doesn't know who the Hip are and how big they were in Canada, a year ago, everyone found out that the lead singer, his name's Gord Downie, had brain cancer, and they were doing one final farewell tour across Canada. City shut down for this. It was just unbelievable, and you know, people came out from, you know, and it was just like, I'm not kidding you when I tell you that whole cities shut down for these shows. So I've been looking at a bunch of stuff to do on them, and this is the one that worked. Fiddler's Green. It's probably the best song we could do right now. Fiddler's Green. Fiddler's Green, Gord wrote for his sister when her son passed away. Yeah, it's a sad song that has good meaning for today. I tried a bunch of other stuff. New Orleans Sinking didn't work. That one might work. I don't know. That Blow It High Dough. We might come back for that. I tried. I always confuse it with Alice in Chains. Is it Dumb Bones or Little Bones? Either one. That one kind of worked, and then you got to a part where it wouldn't work. So, and then the one I was hoping to work that would work is Boots and Hearts. Boots or Hearts. I play that on guitar. It's an open tuning guitar, so I'm like, perfect. Open tuning, it should be no problem. No. I just could not get it to work on this. But Fiddler's Green, we did get to work. Now it does have a C chord in there, but we do our cheat chord, which is 3, 4, 3. Oh yeah, new Merlin. New pick guard, new Merlin. Pretty cool. I still got the old one. I have plans for it, and I still have my mahogany. We're gonna do a video on those, both of them, next. But yeah, it was kind of funny. You know, I know I'm already talking a lot, and this isn't gonna be a good video, but this is the first time it's happened, so it was pretty cool. I went to buy this. I went to the first store, they didn't have any, so I had to go to a different store further away. And as I walk in, the sales guy's there with a customer showing the Merlin to somebody. I'm like, oh shit, I'm gonna buy the last one. All right, so I'm just kind of waiting, and the guy goes, I say, don't you, all right, I'm here to buy one of those as well. The guy goes, don't you already have one? I was like, one of my subscribers. First time I've run into a subscriber out in the real world, so that was pretty cool. Anyways, Fiddler's Green, Tragically Hip. New lights are working pretty good. New setup is working. Alright, so we got D, mainly with the add 2. So open, open 2. We got low G, 3, 1, open. We got an A, 1, open 1. And then we've got that C chord, 3, 4, 3. Those are all your chords in the song. The main part of the song is, so it's that. So you 4 slide up to the 5th, back to the 4, and then a slide 2, 1 open, and then slide back up to a 2. We won't worry about any of the add-ons in the chords right now. We'll just do the basic, and then I'll show you those fills later on. So the first time you go into a D. Second time you do it, instead of sliding from the 4, since you're already placed on the 2nd fret, just slide up from the 2nd fret all the way to the 5th. And the second time, you go into your G. So first time, into the G. Third time, but you're going into the D. And then during the intro, you're going into the C. So after the third time, you only hold the D for half the time, go to the C, back to the D. So that's just it with the main riff and no fills, and that's the intro. The intro is also the second part of the verse. So the way the song breaks down, you got intro, verse, verse, bridge, verse. Now for the verses, it's going to be broken into 2 parts. The first part, you don't go to the C. Second part, you go to the C. So the second part will be the same as the intro. So once we got this, we already got half the verse done. And 3/4 of the first verse. First part of the verse. And then the bridge we'll talk about later. So the intro one more time. So that's the way you do it if you're not putting any of the extra fills in there. Now, if we are going to start doing the fills are all on your 1st fret on all the strings. So that's how it ends, but we'll get to that when we get to the end. So in the first part, so it's, you release the second and you do, hold on. Actually, I like that better because then you get that root note in there. I messed it up now. Oh yeah. So let's just stick with the way I was doing it. First time. So it's hammer on, open, hammer on the 2nd string, pull off on the 2nd, or on the 2nd string, all 1st fret. And then slide back up to the 2 to finish that chord. Second time, go to the G, and this time you're just doing a simple hammer on and open on the first. And I also throw a second one in there as a strum. Third time. Now this fill I use to give me the timing to go to the C because it is a little wonky. So on the third time, I do the hammer on to the open string and then pull off on the first and the second. And like I said, it's all on the first fret. And then as soon as you hit that open, you go to the C. And then from the C, use your pinky. Because you're doing 3-4-3, put your pinky on the fourth just to do a rundown. So it's so basically you're just doing 4-3-2-1 open, slide up to the second. And then the last part. So it's same thing, hammer to the open, pull off on the second string, pull off on your low string. And then you hit your harmonics. So your pinched harmonics, like I said before, is on your 7th fret. Don't press down, just lightly touch the strings, like very, very softly. Hit it, and release your finger at the same time. You won't get it every time. I don't get it every time. Those are your harmonics. You also have them on your 7 and on your 5th. But that's neither here or there. So that's how you end the intro. Okay, now the verse. Verses come in 2 parts. The second part is the intro, like we just did, so that's not a problem. First part is exactly the same except the ending. So the first time you go through it, no C, you hold the D, and then from the D hit the 3rd, and you're going into your A. So you're into your D, 3, 2, 1, open, A, 1, open, 1. And I just add a little extension onto that. And then straight from the A, you go back up to the. Alright, let's do that all together. Doing the intro part again. Oops. I missed the harmonic. So that's the verse. So the first verse is you're doing D, G, D, A First part. Second part is D, G, D, C, D. Yeah. Okay, so you do intro, verse 1, verse 2. In between the second and the third verse, there's a bridge. There's no chorus per se, okay? Or maybe the second part of the verse is what I'm calling it, is actually the chorus. I can't go look at the words again. Either way, that's how it's played. So on the second time you do it, so that's the second time you just did it, that's the end. Go to the A. G, A, G, A, D. And then you start the second verse. Now I do add a little bit of extras into that, so you do your A, and the way you end it is doing that into an open D. So doing the A, G, you can do whatever you want here. Last time, camera just shut off on me. Recorded the first part, so we're just gonna merge these two parts together now. So that bridge part, we'll start that again. So the bridge is A, G, A, G, A, into your D using that main riff. So that main riff, so you're in your A, and then you slide up. That's it. And during the bridge, you can put any fills you want in there. And then from there, you go back into your third verse. Which we already know. And then after the third verse, the last line, you just repeat that, the C and the D part. Don't have to put any fills in there if you don't want to. You can just do the straight strumming, or you can put the fills. And then to end it, I end it the same way we end the intro and the verses. That's it. Oh, that's it. So this is a re-recording of what I originally did, because I hate that my camera does that. You're only, at this definition, you're only allowed to film 20 minutes, and then it cuts it and gaps it and puts it into a new file. Which is fine if it's seamless, but it wasn't seamless. I missed a chunk out where I was explaining something, so I had to come back on here and redo it. So that's it. Fiddler's Green, Tragically Hip. Just a great overall song. I might be back in the future with another hip song. I'm going to see. I'll look at Blow It High Do again. A lot of the problems, and it's not just the hip, I had the same things with the petty stuff I just did, is some bands just like to throw an off chord in there just to change it up. Like they're doing that C. That C just comes out of nowhere. And it works, we make it work in this song, but there's sometimes where there's an off chord that's thrown in there that we don't have the ability to do on the Merlin, and you can change the key as many times as you want, but it just doesn't end up working. And I think that's what I had happen with Load High Do. I think there's something along those lines. The same with, I still can't remember, is it Them Bones or Little Bones? One's Alice in Chains and one is Tragically Hip. I always get them, it's Bones. That's it, that's all I got. But I'll take a look again and see if there's anything else. I got a new guitar. If anyone cares, that's a 1969 Area 1202 Diamond Series. I got it really cheap. The Vancouver Guitar Show was just on. I got it really cheap. Didn't really work that well. I brought it home. I fixed it up. It works perfectly now, and I don't care for it, so it's up for sale. Took me a whole day to figure it out. If anyone local wants old, what's that? Matsumoto Factory, Japan. If you guys play guitar, look up that place. They did some amazing guitars. The SG is from there as well. That's it. That's all I got. Practice patience, have fun, and we shall see you guys next time.